How do you sit out here all night on the roof in the cold and still have faith your pumpkin's gonna show up?
Ted Mosby knew. He knew exactly what he wanted from day one. He knew that he wanted to find the love of his life, and he set out on a journey to accomplish this.
Date the wrong girl. Date the wrong girl again. Date the wrong girl a few times, actually.
When we know what we truly want, nothing will stand in our way. Ted Mosby was rejected by 59 women. He was engaged once before he found his wife Tracy on the 208th episode.
It was at times a long, difficult road. But I'm glad it was long and difficult, because if I hadn't gone through hell to get there, the lesson might not have been as clear.
You're going to find somebody that you can commit yourself to that will bring out at least a decent amount of yourself, and it's going to take some time.
Exactly what I said. Why couldn't it have been you here with me 2 years ago?
And I'm over here concerning myself with when things are going to happen, when things are going to go well.
Sorry, dude. We gotta wait for the real thing. No matter how tough it gets. It gets pretty tough. I know it does, buddy.
This is the crazy thing about life, is it does take time. Time is the hardest thing to realize, because in our minds we can create this scenario and it can happen instantaneously, whereas in reality, in actuality, in the world outside, it takes a lot more time than it would if we were just in our minds. Because in my mind, I can think that I am holding $100,000, or I have a successful YouTube channel, or that you've already subscribed to the channel, and I can imagine that within my own head. And then it takes time for that tree, that idea, that intuition to grow out in the actual world. And sometimes that's the hardest part.
Every day I think I believe a little less and a little less and a little less, and that sucks.
Because we can have these dreams, we can have these visions, we can have these ideas in our head. It's a matter of then acting upon them. And once we start acting upon those ideas, that's when they start to become a reality. So you right now may be waiting for your yellow umbrella just as much as I am, because each and every single one of us does have a yellow umbrella out there.
I know that you're tired of waiting, and you may have to wait a little while more, but she's on her way, Ted. And she's getting here as fast as she can.
When all of his friends were getting married, having kids, getting engaged, he still remained hopeful that he would find his wife.
Funny how sometimes you just find things.
And they can, to a certain extent. A lot more of it comes down to realizing that we have to put ourselves out there, like I did in yesterday's video, and be constantly rejected time and time again, because that's going to build up our skin. That's going to build up showing us what we do versus what we don't want.
You don't stop, ever. Even when people roll their eyes or call you crazy, even then, especially then.
And that's why I like looking at Ted from How I Met Your Mother, is because he ended up finally meeting his wife at the very end of the season, which I'm not going to talk about how it ended because that's a completely different topic for a different day. The main thing, though, is like, you have to be persistently consistent with the things that you want.
If you're really honest with yourself about what you want out of life, life gives it to you.
That's why I post as many videos as I do. It's why I create as much content as I do. It's the reason why I exercise, is because I know the things that I want. In order to have the things that we want, we have to know the things that we don't want. And it's a lot easier to identify the things that we don't want than the things that we do. That's why we can look around and we can see all of our friends, they're getting married, buying homes, having dogs, having kids.
Why don't I want that more? I want to want that. Am I wired wrong or something?
We're just over here trying to figure our way out in life. And that's perfectly okay. Because the joys in that is we, in the long run, will double, quadruple their outcome. Not saying that what they're doing isn't of value or isn't of use. It's just for us personally, we have to walk our own path. I know that's what you're doing right now. I know that's what I'm doing right now. And that's why it's good to be able to reframe certain situations to find the bright side in everything. Because if, say, you're losing hope or you're losing faith in whatever you're doing in your life, it just takes that one video, that one conversation, that one girl.
So I went to this dance club.
On St. Patrick's Day.
On St. Patrick's Day.
And you left it there.
And I left it there.
A yellow umbrella stands out amongst everybody else. So if you are wanting to find somebody, or you're wanting to be somebody that stands out amongst everybody else, you're going to have to embrace everything that you have to offer.
For the word that means caring about someone beyond all rationality and wanting them to have everything they want, no matter how much it destroys you, it's love.
You're going to have to embrace everything that you are, everything that you know to be.
I mean, if you're not scared, you're not taking a chance. And if you're not taking a chance, then what the hell are you doing?
And it may be challenging because it may be frightful because you may be rejected.
She's out there, Ted.
Is she really? Because I've looked. I have looked high and low for someone I can love and adore and cook waffles for. The closest I've come is Marshall.
He does love your waffles.
And that's what I constantly remind myself as well too, is I have to keep believing in the unseen, because everything starts within the imagination. Everything starts within our head. As I was saying at the beginning, Ted, he knew. So he just had to go through the process. He had to go through the suffering. He had to go through the pain. He had to go through the struggle, the hardships.
A man with more emotional endurance than anyone I know. It was a long, difficult road. Thank God we finally got here.
It took him 8.56 years to find his wife, or 445 weeks, 3,115 days, 74,760 hours, 4,485,600 minutes, or 269,136,000 seconds for him to finally find his wife. He was happy throughout the whole journey. He was happy over those whole 8 years. He still remained happy until she ended up passing away at the end of the season. And if you haven't watched How I Met Your Mother, it's been out for 10 years. It's like, what are you doing? I just wanted to say and convey that sometimes days are going to be easy. Sometimes days are going to be hard. Sometimes it's going to be challenging. Sometimes you're going to find crazy women.
And kids, for the first time in my life, I really meant it.
Sometimes you're going to find great women.
I'm coming back, and I'm bringing you.
Wait a second.
Sometimes the woman that you're looking for is standing right in front of you, and you guys will be together.
If you have chemistry, you only need one other thing.
What's that?
Timing. But timing's a bitch.
Because I was having a conversation a couple months back with a guy that I met at this dinner party that I was invited to. And he was telling me the story about how he met his wife. And he said that they first met when they were 18. I was like, oh, hey, that's cool. But I thought they had been together that whole time. And he's like, no, he had been married 3 other times before he ended up getting divorced and then going back with his high school sweetheart. So that gives me hope. That makes me feel hopeful that the right woman is out there for me. It just takes some time and it takes some patience, and it takes me doing what I do right now, making these videos, creating content, being true to myself, because I know deep down that she's out there looking for me as much as I am looking for her. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to check out another video, you can check out another video right here, maybe even down here, and there should be a subscribe button right here as well too. I appreciate everybody that's been coming back to the channel and all the positive feedbacks on the comments that I've had on the videos lately. It really does mean a lot to me. This is what I'm doing full time, so I'm committing everything that I have to this. And if you want to help me along my journey, all I ask is that you share this video with a friend of yours if you found this valuable, and I'll see you guys in the next video, which most likely will be in the next day or two, because I seem to be releasing videos about every other day right now. Just thank you for all the positive support. It really means everything to me.